Hey guys, I am Zalkar and I've got here a game of Grid Domination, and this game was from the subscriber session, which was like a month ago. So it is a long game playing with a full party, so maybe it's not as impressive as the score may suggest, but it's still 132 kills, so I thought it was worth uploading. And I also got like 5 top canisters games, which is pretty big. So actually I might speed up some parts of the gameplay because well, I don't know how long the commentary will be, so we'll see. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about was skill matchmaking, or I guess the possibility of there being skill matchmaking in Black Ops 2. Now, I'm not exactly the kind of guy who makes a video to talk about a game that's not going to come out until 5 months later, but this seemed like a very interesting topic and I thought I'd make a commentary about it. Well, actually, Tara suggested I'd make a commentary about it and I agreed. So, let's get started. Now, if you don't know what it is, skill matchmaking is basically a matchmaking system which puts you into games where you're playing with and against people of your same skill level. Now, the way they would measure skill is not by KD or win-loss or score per minute, because I've heard other people talking about that, and it's basically, well, the reason why it wouldn't be measured that way is basically because those stats don't take into account who you are playing against. And maybe you're like, what are you talking about? Well, imagine you have imagine it's ranked by KD and you have a 2 KD, so you play against people with around a 2 KD. Now, if you only play against people around a 2 KD, then your KD is going to go down, because not everyone can hold a 2 KD. You know, you can't just keep having a 2 KD when you're only playing against people with the same KD. So you will end up having a 1 KD, you know? So it basically doesn't work, because the higher KD you have, the more it will drop, basically. So everyone will end up having a 1 kill death ratio, and the system wouldn't work. So and it's basically the same for win-loss and score per minute, because you know, it's good players against good players will probably get around the same score per minute as bad players against bad players, and the same for wins. You know, if you have a 2 win-loss and you play against people with 2 win-loss, your win-loss is gonna end up dropping to 1. So now the way it is in other games which have skill matchmaking is by a system of points, in which you win points, well, you earn points, I mean, for winning a game, and you lose points for losing a game. And the amount of points that you win or lose depends on the skill level of the enemy team. And well, that's basically it. The best players will end up having a higher score, I guess, or rating, and the worst players will end up having a lower rating, score, whatever. And well, why would they introduce a system like that? Is basically because they want new players. Well, they don't want new players to get into a game like this one, for example, and end up getting completely destroyed by someone like me, who's much more experienced at the game. So, and well, basically I guess Treyarch didn't want the Infinity Ward solution, which is basically making the game extremely easy and rewarding people for doing bad and putting support streaks and insane high weapon damage and low recoil, so it's all easy to do well, I guess. And well, they decided to put skill matchmaking, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but let's just assume it's 100% sure. And well, it it is it also has its advantages for good players, because well, in theory you will play against people with the same skill level, so you know, in theory you will have more exciting games that will go, for example, 200 to 190, and you won't end up having useless teammates who can't get map control. And well, I guess also, you know, it'll be easier to see who the better players are, and you know, it'll be useful to see if the YouTube commentators, for example, are as good as they seem to be. So it'll be interesting, but that all sounds good, but I don't exactly like the idea of skill matchmaking for Call of Duty, and the main reason is that I don't think Call of Duty is a competitive game, and by competitive game I mean, well, I don't even know what I mean. I guess suitable for competitive gaming. Well, I guess it's a game where the most skillful player or team wins. Yeah, let's just put it that way. That's a competitive game. Now, Call of Duty is not a competitive game, and it's pretty obvious when you think about it, because if you compare it with other games that already have skill matchmaking, like for example League of Legends or StarCraft 2, in those games competitive gaming is actually played with the same rules as public games. Now in Call of Duty, you don't play with the same rules in public games as in competitive gaming, and the reason for that is because the game is not balanced. It has cheap stuff that don't belong in the game, and definitely don't belong in a competitive environment. So yeah, that's basically it. Call of Duty is not a competitive game, and it won't be until like things like noob tubes and second chance will go out. But well, that is not the only problem I see with it. Also, the fact that games are 6v6 and 9v9, so you actually depend a lot on your teammates, and that's not good, because you know, I guess the rankings or the score people get will not be very accurate, just because you depend so much on your teammates, because you're only a sixth of your team or a ninth of your team. So who knows if you won the game because of your teammates, or if you won the game because you were good. So I don't know, but looks like the gameplay is almost over, and I didn't have time to talk about everything I had in mind, but I touched the most important stuff, so I guess it's alright. And well, let me know what you think. I'm actually quite curious to know. So let me know in the comments, and don't just go like, oh, it's crap. So please give a reason to your opinion, so we can actually have some kind of intelligent discussion. So yeah, that's all for this video. Peace.